Hi, everyone. Over the past few videos in our worry management series, we've talked a lot about worry itself, sort of a model for understanding how worry starts, how it keeps going, and why it can feel so difficult to control. We've discussed a basic engine of worry. We've talked about the role that intolerance of uncertainty plays as kind of the fuel that drives the worry engine. And so, what we're going to do today is we're going to add another part to our model. We're going to be talking about something that people don't quite recognize in terms of the worry process, and that's beliefs that we often hold about worry itself. And specifically, the hidden assumptions and beliefs that worry somehow serves some benefit or some usefulness in our lives. Now, when I first introduced this idea to clients, this idea that one of the reasons why they worry so much is that they hold beliefs that worry is serving some benefit, I usually get a confused look and then questioning, where people will often say, Hey, I'm here because my worry is exhausting. I'm here because my worry is causing me problems. And so now you're telling me that worry is that part of the reason why I'm worrying is because I think that the worry is actually serving some benefit? And it's a totally understandable reason. We can often think about worry in all the problematic, the problems and the issues and the difficulties it causes for us. But the thing is, our brains are really good at holding contradictory beliefs. So on one level, we can recognize that worry is damaging and hurtful and problematic. But on the other hand, we can also hold beliefs that some of the worries that we have serve a purpose, they serve a benefit. Otherwise, why would we keep worrying? So, to explain this idea, I often use an analogy. And so, I want you to imagine that I have my car and I love my car, and I'm really, really good at maintaining my car. And part of that is that I believe that I need to be changing the oil in my car every 5,000 kilometers. And because that's what I've been told and that's what I understand. And so, what I do is I make sure that every 5,000 kilometers, I change the oil because I think that changing the oil in my car is going to keep the engine running smoothly. It's going to improve my gas mileage. It's going to prevent costly repairs in the future. There's no negotiating this. It's what I do. It's what a responsible car owner should do. So, changing my oil every 5,000 kilometers, and I'm feeling good about it. Now, suppose one day a friend of mine comes to me, and my friend knows everything there is to know about cars. And this friend says to me, Hey, Rami, you know that thing that you do, that changing your oil every 5,000 kilometers in your car thing? Uh, You're wasting your time, you're wasting your money. It's just a marketing tool by the oil companies to get people to buy more and more oil. The oil can sit there perfectly fine for the life of your car, and it's not going to cause any problems. Now, if I believed my friend, how would that change my behavior? Well, I'd probably stop changing my oil every 5,000 kilometers. And I'd stop changing the oil every 5,000 kilometers because it's no longer serving a purpose. The only reason I was changing the oil every 5,000 kilometers was because I believed that it was giving me some benefit. If I stop believing that it's giving me any benefit, then I'm going to stop the behavior. I'm going to stop changing my oil. And this is exactly how beliefs about the usefulness of worry work. A lot of us engage in worry because, on some level, we believe that it's serving a purpose. Even if we know it's causing problems, there's a concern that if we didn't worry, it may leave us vulnerable or unprepared or show that we don't care. And so these worry beliefs are often in the background outside of our awareness, but they can really drive our worry behavior. So, what are some of these worry beliefs that I'm talking about? Well, there's five really common worry beliefs. And the first is that worry motivates me. This is the idea that worry acts kind of like an internal alarm system. It activates me out of complacency and pushes me to take action. So, for example, I might think if I don't worry about this upcoming presentation, I won't prepare enough. So, it's what it's the worry that motivates me. It's the worry that keeps me focused and driven. It's the kick in the pants I need to get going to make sure I prepare for that presentation. I do a good job. Second worry belief is this notion that worry helps with problem solving. And in this belief, the idea is that worry is a form of mental preparation. It's this idea that by constantly worrying about a problem, constantly having the problem in my mind, what I'm doing is I'm figuring it out and I'm thinking through it to figure out the best solution to this problem. So, for example, a parent might be awake at night worrying about their child's problems at school. And the thought may be if I stop worrying about this, I might miss a way to help them. I might miss a way to solve this problem. Third worry belief is that worry can prevent negative outcomes. And this belief kind of has a bit of a superstitious flavor to it. It's this idea that worrying about something can help prevent the likelihood of that negative thing happening. So, for example, someone might worry if I worry about my flight being delayed, it's less likely to happen. But if I don't worry about it, it's kind of like I'm sort of risking things, and it's almost like the universe is gonna give me a slap along the side because I wasn't worrying about it. It's kinda like treating worry as a form of psychological insurance. Fourth worry belief is this notion that worry can protect me from future negative emotions. And the idea behind this belief is that if I worry about something bad happening, I'm emotionally preparing myself for it. So if the bad thing were to happen, I'm not caught off guard, I'm not caught surprised, I've kind of already prepared myself for it. So if I worry about losing my job and it actually happens, I won't be as devastated because it's almost like I've pre-grieved the loss of that job. I won't be caught off guard. I won't be as shocked. And finally, the fifth common worry belief is that worry demonstrates a positive personality characteristic, that I'm a good and caring person. And so the idea behind this belief is that it ties worry to my moral character. So, for example, what kind of parent would I be if I didn't worry about my children? What kind of um, son would I be if I didn't worry about my parents? It's almost like worry becomes this measure of how much I love, how responsible I am, how conscientious I am. So, the idea is if worry actually did all of these five things, if it motivated me to action, if it helped me solve problems, if it prevented negative things from happening, if it protected me emotionally from being shocked or caught off guard, if it demonstrated that I'm a caring, loving person, then worry would actually be a pretty valuable thing to do. But the thing is, and you can probably get a sense of where I'm going with this, worry doesn't actually do any of these things. In fact, worry can often undermine a lot of these benefits. And we'll talk about why that happens in our next few videos. But for now, what I really want to focus on is awareness about these worry beliefs. So, how do you build awareness? How do you recognize whether or not you believe these things? Well, the first step is to notice whether or not these beliefs are actually manifesting themselves in terms of how you act. So the idea is, I often encourage people for a week or two, keep a log of your worries. Keep a monitor or a diary of what you're worrying about. And every time you notice yourself worrying about something, ask yourself, what is it that I'm worrying about? Right? Get an awareness of what the worry actually is. I'm worried that my boss is unhappy with my work. And then ask yourself, what is the benefit? What is the purpose of this worry? What benefit am I getting from worrying about this? Well, it shows that I care about my work. It's keeping me motivated to ensure that I'm doing a good job. So you may not identify with all five of these worry beliefs, but as you pay attention to your worries and think about what worry beliefs might be playing a role, what you'll notice is that there are probably a few of these worry beliefs that are there that you've never actually recognized before. So the idea of this awareness of the worry beliefs isn't to judge yourself or to get down on yourself or to beat yourself up for holding these beliefs, because these worry beliefs are incredibly common. The purpose of this is to recognize which of the worry beliefs are very common for you, because if we're not aware of the worry beliefs that we hold, we can't really challenge or address them. Now, this can be a bit difficult. It's something we call metacognition, the idea that we're thinking about our thinking. And it can be a bit awkward at first. It's kind of like trying to watch your own eyes blink. Um, but with time, this metacognition, this thinking about thinking, it can become a bit of second nature, and we can really improve our awareness, not just of the worries, which we've been practicing, but our awareness of what worry beliefs may be playing a role in these worries and maintaining the worries that we have. And in the next videos, we're going to be talking about how to challenge some of these beliefs once we recognize which of the beliefs we tend to hold. And I'll be linking to that video here once I've posted it. So that's all for today's video. As always, thank you for making it all the way to the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one.